These men were building the walls that would hold them. For 3 years, prisoners on this island mixed the concrete, laid the foundations, and raised a 3-story cell block with their own hands, stone by stone, on a bare rock in the middle of San Francisco Bay. There was no fresh water on that island, no dock, no shelter. Every bag of cement, every beam, every tool had to arrive by boat, hauled up a cliff by men who had no choice but to be there. The local stone wasn't even good enough. They had to ship granite in from China.
Look out, it's loose!
And when it was
Get
finished,
back, move!
it was the longest reinforced concrete building in the world.
Heave.
Then the doors
Pull it up
closed, and the men who built it stayed
Push on your
inside.
side.
This is how Alcatraz was built, and who really built it. Before it was a prison, before it was a fortress, Alcatraz was nothing. A bare sandstone rock sitting in the middle of a freezing bay. No fresh water, no trees, no soil, no natural landing place. Currents cold
Eureka!
enough to kill a man
We
in
struck it
minutes.
rich!
Nobody wanted to build there.
It's gold!
Then gold
Real
changed
gold.
everything. In January 1848, gold was discovered in the Sierra Nevada. Within 3 years, San Francisco exploded from about 500 people to more than 35,000. Ships crowded the bay from Europe, Asia, and South America. Suddenly, the entrance to San Francisco Bay was one of the most valuable stretches of water on Earth, and that useless rock sat right in the mouth of it. In November 1850, a presidential order claimed the island for the United States military. Whoever controlled that rock controlled the gateway to the richest city in America. So, in 1853, the Army sent an engineer named Zealous B. Tower to build a fortress on it.
Past that ridge.
He arrived
Look
with a
there.
crew and a list of problems
Yes, I've got
nobody
the
had
reading.
solved. The island had no usable infrastructure at all. Nothing. Every tool, every plank of timber, every single bag of cement had to come across the water by boat, then be hauled up the cliffs by hand. The sandstone had to be blasted and carved just to create flat ground to stand on. And when they tested the local rock, it failed. Too soft, too crumbling.
And
So the
pull.
granite for the
Heave.
fortifications was shipped across the
ropes
Pacific
there.
from
All right,
China.
push it into place.
They were building a
Now.
fortress out of stone that had traveled 6,000 miles. But the materials weren't the hardest part. The men were. California in the 1850s had no shortage of workers. In theory. In practice, every able-bodied man in the state had gone to the hills to look for gold. Why break rocks on a freezing island for wages when a fortune might be waiting in a riverbed? So the men who showed up to build Fort Alcatraz weren't there because they wanted to be. They were there because they had run out of options. It was some of the least desirable construction work in California. Cold, wet, exposed, isolated, with no way off the island until a boat came for you. And still, the fort took shape. Workers cut directly into the sandstone. They laid brick and stone walls that followed the natural contours of the cliffs, building upward straight out of the rock itself. Unlike most American forts of the era, which piled up massive earthworks, Alcatraz worked with the island. The cliffs
Aim the
became
guns
part of the
towards the
defense.
bay.
The walls rose
Ready
from
to
the rock
charge.
face like they
Fire
had
on
grown
my
there.
command.
At the summit, they raised the Citadel, a 3-story brick barracks built to house 200 soldiers and store 4 months of food under siege. Around it, gun batteries designed to hold over 100 cannons. By 1854, the island had the first working lighthouse on the entire west coast. The final cost of turning a barren rock into the most fortified position on the Pacific? $87,698. And here's the strange part. Alcatraz never fired its guns in combat. Not once. Not ever. The fortress was obsolete almost immediately. But something else had already started. Something nobody planned. As early as 1859, soldiers convicted of crimes were being locked in the guardhouse basement. The reasoning was purely practical. The bay's freezing water and brutal currents made escape almost impossible. The island did the work of a prison without anyone building one. Other garrisons noticed. They started shipping
On
their
your
problem
feet,
prisoners
prisoners.
to the Rock.
Double
When the
time
Civil
up the
War
hill.
broke out in
No
1861, the population surged. Alcatraz became the military prison for the entire Pacific. More cells were added in 1867. By 1868, it was an official, long-term military prison. And that's when the island's construction story takes its darkest turn. In the 1870s, under Major George Mendel, the Army put the inmates themselves to work reshaping the island. They blasted rock, they hauled debris, they dumped fill into the coves and leveled the uneven terrain by hand. Think about what that actually means. The prisoners were physically building the ground beneath their own feet. Every cove they filled, every slope they flattened, they were expanding the island that held them. Nobody wrote down what they thought about it. Whether the irony registered or not, the work continued, and the island they were reshaping would hold men for decades after the last shovel went down. Then the Spanish-American War hit in 1898. The prisoner population jumped from around 26 to more than 450 almost overnight. The aging citadel couldn't take it. 50 years of salt air had eaten through the brick. The wooden cell structures were a fire hazard waiting to happen. The whole facility had been patched and improvised for 40 years with no real overhaul. By 1907, the Army admitted the fortress was finished. Alcatraz became a full-time prison, which meant it needed a real prison building. And there was only one workforce available. In 1908, crews demolished the upper levels of the citadel, the brick barracks that had been the heart of the fort since 1859. They tore it down to its lowest level, a basement sunk below ground in an excavated defensive pit. That basement was not destroyed. It was going to become the foundation of something else entirely, and eventually the source of Alcatraz's darkest legend. In 1909, construction began on a new cell house designed by Major Reuben Turner, and the labor force was the prisoners. Over 3 years, inmates poured the concrete. They laid the foundations. They erected the walls. They raised a 3-story structure directly on top of the demolished citadel's base, working every day inside the walls they were creating. The old basement was absorbed into the new building as a sealed underground level. There were never dungeons at Alcatraz in the Gothic sense, but there was a buried sublevel, and the stories it produced were never fully corrected. When the cell house was completed in 1912, it was the longest reinforced concrete building in the world. 500 feet of poured concrete on a 22-acre rock in the middle of a bay. The budget was $250,000, nearly 3 times what the entire original fort had cost. And they wasted nothing. Iron staircases from the old fort were kept and reused. The granite gun mounts, the ones shipped from China 60 years earlier, were broken up and used as retaining walls along the wharf. The fortress was literally recycled into the prison. Prisoners had demolished a fort and built a record-breaking building on top of it. And they had done it by hand, on an island with no fresh water, hauling every ingredient across the bay by boat. For the next 20 years, the building held military prisoners. Then, in October 1933, the Justice Department took the island from the War Department.
We are here
They
to
didn't
assume
need to
command
build
of the
anything new.
facility.
Everything they wanted
warden is
already
expecting you,
existed.
sir.
Isolated, forbidding, and already standing. On August 11th, 1934, the first shipment of federal inmates arrived. 137 men, escorted by 60 FBI agents and U.S. Marshals, ferried across the bay in handcuffs. They were walked through the doors of a building that prisoners had constructed with their own hands 22 years earlier. And it held. For 29 straight years, in 14 escape attempts by 36 men, not one is confirmed to have made it. We remember Alcatraz for the men who tried to get out. We almost never remember the men who built it, who blasted the rock, filled the coves, poured the concrete, and raised the walls of the most famous prison in the world without ever being named in the story. They built the ground, they built the walls, and history forgot them the moment the doors closed. If this story pulled you in, hit subscribe and give this video a like. And tell me in the comments, what building, city, or disaster should I rebuild next?